I am the voice of history, the silent witness of the entire creation. Many a untold tale lies hidden in my bosom, and yet I am the neutral spectator. I have been watching everything since eternity without a trace of feeling or emotion. My existence can be traced to the beginning of time. Let us go back to that point where time itself began. The first seed of creation is to be found in the beginningless space. This stupendous universe came into being from the fiery orbs thrown out from the Big Bang, were born billions of galaxies, stars, solar systems, planets, and the Earth. After revolving for a long period of time, the Earth was pacified. Its bosom witnessed the birth of many oceans, continents, and Bharatavarsha. Included as a part of this holy land is the great province of Kalinga. Our tale begins from the 3rd century before Christ. Sakyamuni Gautama Buddha's preachings were then prevalent across Kalinga.
Swasti prajabhya paripalayanta nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
The judicial system inherited from the Vedic ages was organized and well integrated in Kalinga. The village elders decided all kinds of disputes and offenses, and their verdict was generally acceptable to all. Any party aggrieved by the verdict of the elders could approach the higher court or Sabha. Sabha was comprised of 3 judges. The chief justice was called Pragvivada or Adhikarnika. Sreshti and Kayastha were the other members of Sabha. The highest court of the kingdom was the king's court. The king had supreme powers in the dispensation of justice, but the king's court was confined to deciding the correctness of the verdicts of lower courts and deciding serious disputes and offenses. The old, infirm, mad, hungry, retarded, pregnant women, and persons pleading guilty were generally exempted from punishment. Because of the developed judicial system, Kalinga society was well organized, well administered, and well developed. The brave sons of Kalinga crossed the great oceans to trade, carrying precious gems, stones, and other merchandise. They traveled to far-off countries like Java, Sumatra, and Bali, etc., to trade and earned substantially.
दरिया पारे रे सत দরিয়া পারে রে বইত ভাসি যা তোরা বদরিয়া বইত ভাসি যা ঠাকুর ভরসা তোর ঠাকুর ভরসা তোর মঙ্গলা ভরসা তোরা বদরিয়া বইত ভাসি যা দরিয়ারে বুড়ি বুড়ি রহিছি পাহাড় দরিয়ারে বুড়ি বুড়ি রহিছি পাহাড় তোফান ବି ଅଛି ପୁଣି ବୋମ୍ବାଟିଆ ଝଡ଼ তোফান ବି ଅଛି ପୁଣି ବୋମ୍ବାଟିଆ ଝଡ଼ ସାଧବ ପୁଅକୁ ସାହା ସାଧବ ପୁଅକୁ ସାହା ମଙ୍ଗଳା ଭରସା ଗୋଳା ବଦଳି ଯା ବୋଇତ ଭାସି ଯା ସାତ ଦରିଆ ପାରେ ସାତ ଦରିଆ ପାରେ ବୋଇତ ଭାସି ଯା ଗୋଳା ବଦଳି ଯା ବୋଇତ ଭାସି ଯା
Even the then powerful Magadha Empire, which aimed to rule over entire Bharatavarsha, was also unable to enter into Kalinga. But Emperor Ashoka's eyes fell on the strong maritime economy of the hitherto unconquered country of Kalinga. Actuated by the desire of being the undisputed ruler of Akhanda Bharatavarsha, he planned to invade Kalinga. Magadha's troops secretly marched towards Kalinga with the intent of war. A terrible battle was fought on the banks of Holy Daya river. Thousands of soldiers were killed on either side. The Holy Daya river became stained with blood, and there was grief all around. But glory be to the holy land of Kalinga, at whose touch Chandashoka was transformed into Dharmashoka. Peace and prosperity reigned once again in the society, with Sakyamuni Gautama Buddha's ideals being re-established. Kalinga regained its past glory upon the downfall of Magadha Empire. Kalinga's society was reorganized during the reign of strong kings like Mahameghabahana Aira Kharavela. The strong legal system continued to keep the society well organized as before. Time moves on. The administration of this land passed on in phases to several rulers after downfall of the Mahameghavahana Empire. Dynasty after dynasty came to rule this land for nearly a millennium. After the rulership of the Satavahanas, Kushanas, Nagas, Nalas, Parvata Dwarkas, the great emperor of Gupta dynasty, Samudragupta, annexed this land to his kingdom. But by the end of the 6th century AD, Kalinga had regained its independence. Subsequently, Mudgalas, Durjayas, Gaudas, and Soiladhavas ruled Kalinga in phases. Harsavardhana attacked Kalinga in the 7th century AD. During his reign, the Chinese traveler Wen Sang came to India and visited Kalinga. Subsequently, the Bhaumakara and Soma or Keshari dynasty ruled over Kalinga. The Somavanshi kings were builders of several great temples. Of them, the great Lingaraj temple of Bhubaneswar is one. A new style of architecture was created, which is now famous as Kalinga architecture in the world today. It was a time when the influence of Buddhism was gradually on the decline and the old Vedic religion was beginning to resurface. Jagadguru Sankaracharya took birth in Kaladi village of Kerala. He travelled far and wide to popularize Vedic and Vedantic philosophy. He established 4 mathas or shrines in 4 corners of the country to preach the old Vedic philosophy. Sringeri in the south, Jyotirmath in the north, Dwarka in the west, and Govardhan Pitha at Puri in the east. Despite the change of rulers, the social, cultural, and economic base of Kalinga remained strong as before, and the legal system established since the ancient ages also remain more or less intact despite the constant changes in political administration. Time moves on. The great Sri Mandir's construction began during the reign of King Anantavarman Chodaganga, which concluded during the reign of Anangabhimadeva. Lord Jagannath became the national deity of this land. The cult of Jagannath spread to all corners of this land and influenced the daily lives of its people.
দীনবন্ধু দয়িতারে দুঃখ নবনামহরি দীনবন্ধু দয়িতারে দুঃখ নবনামহরি হেল কি নিষ্ঠুর চিত হেল কি নিষ্ঠুর চিত নীলাচলে বিজে করি.
The glorious tradition of Kalinga's famed sculptors and artists remained as before. The giant sun temple, built during the reign of Ganga king Narsimhadeva, is its glorious manifestation. The great emperor Kapilendra Deva of Gajapati dynasty took over the reins after downfall of Ganga dynasty. His vast kingdom extending from Ganga to Godavari had an efficient administrative system. The legal system was well organized, under which severe punishments were meted out to the offenders.
वीर श्री गजपति गौड़ेश्वर नवकोटि कर्नाटक कलवर्गेश्वर वीराधि वीरवर महाप्रतापी श्री 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 108 श्री महाराज कपिलेन्द्र देवंकर महाराज अभियुक्त भगीरथी बड़जेना गड़सिंहपुर जनपदर जनैक निरीह वृद्धंकर भू संपत्ति को करायत करिवार मंद उद्देश्य नहीं ସେ ଶୋଇଥିବା ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଗଳା ଚିପି ହତ୍ୟା କରିଥିବାର ଅଭିଯୋଗକୁ ଆମର ପଣ୍ଡିତ ସଭା ବିଚାର କରି ଏହି ସିଦ୍ଧାନ୍ତରେ ଉପନୀତ ହେଲେ ଯେ ଅଭିଯୋଗ ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ସତ୍ୟ।
ମହାରାଜ, ପଣ୍ଡିତ ସଭାର ବିଚାରରେ ଆମେ ଏକମତ, କାରଣ ଏହା ସାକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ପ୍ରମାଣ ଭିତ୍ତିକ। ତା ଛଡ଼ା ଅଭିଯୁକ୍ତକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାହାର ପକ୍ଷ ରଖିବାର ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ସୁଯୋଗ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରାଯାଇଛି। ସୁତରାଂ ପଣ୍ଡିତ ସଭା ରାୟର କୌଣସି ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ କରିବାର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ନାହିଁ। ମଣିମା, କୃପାପୂର୍ବକ ଦୋଷୀକୁ ଦଣ୍ଡ ବିଧାନ କରି ମୃତକ ଏବଂ ସାମ୍ରାଜ୍ୟର ଶାସନ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ପ୍ରତି ନ୍ୟାୟ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବା ହେବେ।
ଭଗୀରଥୀ ବଡ଼ଜେନା, ପଣ୍ଡିତ ସଭାର ରାୟ ଏବଂ ମହାମନ୍ତ୍ରୀଙ୍କର ସୁପାରିଶକୁ ବିଚାର କରି ଆମ୍ଭେ ଏହି ସିଦ୍ଧାନ୍ତରେ ଉପନୀତ ହେଲୁ ଯେ ତୁମେ ଘଟାଇଥିବା ଅପରାଧ ଜଘନ୍ୟ, ବର୍ବରଚିତ ଏବଂ ଅତ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଦୋଷାବହ। ସାମ୍ରାଜ୍ୟର ନ୍ୟାୟ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାକୁ ବଜାୟ ରଖିବା ପାଇଁ ତୁମକୁ ଦୃଷ୍ଟାନ୍ତମୂଳକ ଦଣ୍ଡ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରାଯିବା ଉଚିତ। ଅତଏବ ତୁମକୁ ମୃତ୍ୟୁଦଣ୍ଡରେ ଦଣ୍ଡିତ କରାଗଲା।
ମହାରାଜ କପିଳେନ୍ଦ୍ର ଦେବଙ୍କର
ଜୟ।
The Bhoi dynasty took over administration after downfall of the Gajapati dynasty. But as the then ruler Mukunda Deva was defeated by Afghan Muslims, this land once again lost its independence. Sri Chaitanya Deva, the messenger of love and devotion, set foot on the land from neighboring Bengal. His devotional message spread all around.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
The powerful army of Emperor Akbar defeated the Afghan Muslims and took control of this land. Subsequently, Emperor Jahangir made it a separate province. The judicial administration under Mughals was well organized. The emperor himself was the supreme adjudicator. However, the emperor only adjudicated appeals against the lower courts. The court of Sadr-e-Sudur decided all civil and religious disputes. The chief Qazi or Qazi-ul-Quzat functioned as the chief judicial officer. Other judicial officers were Mufti, Qazai and Miradi. These officers worked at different levels and decided different types of cases. At that time, the East India Company from far off England had spread its influence in other parts of India with the intention of trade. The company began to look at Orissa with interest. Robert Clive acquired Diwani rights from the Mughal emperor for Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. As a result, it started collecting revenue and taxes from the people. Unfortunately, the company's officers acted as judicial officers even without any formal training in law and decided cases and even imposed fines and punishments. Their decisions could be appealed before the Privy Council in England. Subsequent to the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857, the British Empire took the administration of the country into its hands and reorganized the legal system, and the courts at different levels were established, like High Court, Civil Court, Criminal Court, Circuit Court, Privy Council, etc. The collectors of the districts functioned as judges. The principles of Hindu scriptures and Quran were relied upon for deciding disputes of Hindus and Muslims respectively. Appeals against his decisions could be filed before the Sadar Diwani Adalat and Sadar Nizamat Adalat in Calcutta. High courts were established at Calcutta, Madras and Bombay as per the Charter Act of 1861. In the meantime, millions lost their lives in the Great Famine in Odisha. The seat of administration in Calcutta, however, remained entirely indifferent to the sufferings of the people. As a result, there was widespread rebellion against English rule in Odisha. Rebels like Bajirao, Chaki Khuntia, Jai Rajguru, Veer Surendra Sai, Bakshi Jagabandhu Vidyadhar, etc. shook the very foundation of British rule, being influenced by Odisha's hoary past. The foundation was thus laid for claiming separate statehood for Odisha. Madhusudan Das of Satyabhamapur village in Cuttack district took birth on this holy soil. He was a lawyer, poet, industrialist, politician, freedom fighter rolled into one. He became the spokesperson for the unspoken claims of Orias. Odisha got a special recognition only because of his strong leadership. A high court was established on 9th February 1916 at Patna. Bihar and Odisha were taken out of the jurisdiction of Calcutta High Court and brought under it. 18th May 1916, this is an unforgettable day in Odisha's legal history. The first sitting of the circuit bench of Patna High Court for Odisha was held at Cuttack. On that day, Madhusudan Das, as the president of Cuttack Bar Association, expressed hope during his welcome speech that a permanent high court would be established for Odisha in the near future.
It is my pleasant duty to accord to your lordships a cordial welcome. In the light of the past history of Odisha, the presence of two of His Majesty's judges among us today is an occasion of rejoicing. I am giving expression to the feeling of millions of Odias when I express the hope that this circuit court will become a permanent bench in the near future.
The British Empire was forced to bow down to the wishes and aspiration of the Odia people. Yes, after a long period of subordination, this holy soil got its much cherished separate identity in the creation of the state of Odisha. Dreams of great souls like Madhusudan, Gopabandhu and Fakir Mohan ultimately came true. The High Court Bar Association passed a resolution on 26 July 1938 demanding establishment of a permanent High Court for the state. The Legislative Assembly also passed a resolution on 11 February 1939 requesting the government to appoint a committee to consider the matter. The government constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Sri Birakishore Rai with Sri C.M. Acharya, Sri Vichitrananda Das and Dr. Nasingha Rao as its members. The committee submitted its report on 27 December 1943, recommending the establishment of a permanent High Court for Orissa. Time moved on. The flame of freedom struggle grew in intensity. Finally, the British government was forced to bow down before the determined will of the Indian people. India became independent on 15th August 1947. The tricolour flew with pride from the ramparts of the Red Fort. Like all civilized nations, India too decided to frame its own constitution. The process of framing of the constitution began and was concluded on 26 January 1950. In the meantime, the aspirations of the Odia people were fulfilled on 26 July 1948. A High Court was established with 4 judges. Sri Birakishore Rai as the Chief Justice and Sri B. Jagannath Das, L. Panigrahi and R. L. Narsingham joined as puisne judges. The Chief Justice of the then Federal Court, H. J. Kania, inaugurated the Orissa High Court. Time has continued to flow unabated. The legal system of Orissa has become as organized and systematic as during the ancient Kalinga Empire. This holy temple of justice has resolved many a complicated legal dispute to reveal its glorified existence beyond measure. Many great lawyers and judges have committed themselves to render justice to the common man and have brought glory to themselves and their state in the process. Some great sons of the soil have also gone on to the national stage to bring glory to the state. Today, at the conclusion of a century, Orissa High Court stands tall and shining like a brilliant star on the legal horizon. With 30 district courts, 181 officers in the cadre of district judge, 191 officers in the cadre of senior civil judge, and 308 officers in the cadre of civil judge, a stupendous legal system has grown under the control of the High Court. The system stands committed and ever engaged to render justice to the common man. Glory be to this land. Glory be to its wonderful tale. I, the voice of history, bow down with deep reverence before this holy land of Kalinga, Udradesha, Utkala, Orissa. I bow down before its glorious tradition, its glorious social norms, its glorious legal system.
जननी 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 जय हे